Hey everybody, we're live. So, last night at the community meeting in Fremont, a big topic that was brought up again was the use of Narcan, and why are people getting Narcan brought back to life and then just going and overdosing the next day? Why are they being let out of the hospital and not sent to jail? And I wanted to address that and why all this is happening. The first thing is that our jails are completely overcrowded. Like, if we sent everybody to jail right now that overdosed, we would have a huge overcrowding issue. More so than now. Like, there literally is no place to put these people. The second thing is that the same with rehabs. Like, we don't have places to send these people. Most rehabs cost $20,000 plus. Most addicts don't have the proper insurance. And as of right now, we don't have a detox center or rehab in Sandusky County. I take people to rehab all the time, but normally I have to drive to like Dayton 2-3 hours sometimes to get people in. Or I have to take people up to the Zeph Center in Toledo, and normally that's like a 2-3 week waiting process. The problem that we have now is the carfentanil that's being used in the heroin and the fentanyl is killing people faster than we can get them into treatment. And a lot of times, are there people that they overdose and they don't care and they're going to go back out and use? Sure, you know, there's dozens of those people, plenty of people that aren't ready to change, but there's also hundreds that desperately want help. Like, there's people all the time, like 5 people just this week that have reached out to me that I know from experience as being a recovering heroin addict, that I know that they want help right now, but I can't get them help right now. And all I can do right now is pray and hope and pray that they make it long enough to get by. Because it's not just a matter of just quitting. Like, you can't just quit on the streets. No matter how bad you want to quit, you can't just quit. And I can't stress that enough. When you have these withdrawals, it's like the worst flu you've ever had in your life. Like, for 5 days long, you know. Like, I couldn't do it when I was on the streets, and I consider myself a pretty strong-willed person. And I couldn't quit on my own. So the reason that we have the Narcan right now is to keep these people alive long enough to get them into treatment, to keep these people alive long enough until they're ready and want treatment. I overdosed twice, and I was brought back twice with Narcan. If it wasn't for Narcan, I wouldn't be out here taking people to rehab, saving people's lives, talking in the community, doing the things that I'm doing. And that's the bottom line. When people ask me, is Narcan worth it? I think it is. I think my life's worth it. To my mom, I think that she thinks Narcan's worth it. To anybody's mom whose son or daughter has been saved by this, I think it's worth it. Even if they go back out and overdose again, you know what? A lot of times they're eventually going to want to change and to make that change. So what we need to do right now as a community is to try and understand this problem and try not to have so much hate in our heart and not let the actions of the few dictate the future for the many, because the future for the many is that they do want help and that they will recover if given the proper tools and the proper resources. And last night's meeting gave me so much hope, because finally all of the agencies in the area all came together. Like I've said a million times, Fight for Recovery can't do this on their own. Richie Weber can't do this on his own. Firelands can't do this on their own. We need every resource available. We need the sober living houses to come together. We need Firelands to come together. Oriana House, Rigel Recovery Services, peer-to-peer groups, Fight for Recovery, rehab centers, community leaders, the jails, the sheriffs. You know, we all need to come together, because what we've been doing to treat addiction has not been working. That's why we have 10 overdoses in a day in Tiffin. It's not working. When you send somebody to jail and you don't give them any services in jail, anything to learn how to not do drugs when they get out, they're just going to go back. So every time you say, all right, just send them to jail, what's going to happen when they get out? They're going to use again. Unless when we send people to jail, that we get people like myself or other people that have been through this to go into the jails and to teach them how to not get high when they get out. Because it's just not a matter of just getting out and not getting high anymore. There's a reason why we use drugs over and over again after it's not fun anymore. And that's because we don't know how to deal with our problems. When you go to jail and you get charged with a felony and you get out and you can't find work, that makes people want to get high, man. When I first got out, I had 5 felonies. I couldn't get a job at the freaking Clyde McDonald's. I scored in the 98th percentile in reading and the 99th in writing on my ACTs, and I couldn't get a job at the Clyde McDonald's because I had a drug possession charge. This wasn't me beating somebody up. This wasn't me robbing somebody or burglarizing somebody. This was me having a substance abuse disorder, and I couldn't work at McDonald's anymore because of that. So those kind of solutions, that's going to take a long time to fix in our justice system. Do I think people should have consequences for their actions? Absolutely. But we can't make the problem worse. If somebody gets caught with illegal drugs, sure, go ahead and charge them. But charge them with a misdemeanor so they can still get a decent job. The new law about overdoses, the new law is if you get caught overdosing or whatever, you call somebody in overdosing, as long as that person gets help within 30 days, they don't get charged. And I think that's the best of both worlds, because that gives somebody motivation to go and get help, the opportunity to get help, but still gives them a consequence if they don't get help. So please share this video. Let's get the word out there. Let's try and get people together. Like, everybody always talks about wanting to do something, and why aren't we doing something? Why isn't somebody doing something? Let me tell you right now, that somebody is you. If you're watching this video right now, you are the person that can do something about this if you're tired of it. Share this video. Get in touch with your local leaders. Get in touch with your county commissioners. Get in touch with your mayor, your city council. Go to a city council meeting. I'm working on putting together a local community meeting soon. Come out there and talk, man. Let's get this rehab built. Let's volunteer to take people to rehabs. Let's find a solution together and stop letting our brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters die. I love you guys, and I'm out.